Hello friends, I am Dr. Jatin Ashal. I am an eye specialist, cornea and cataract and refractive surgery specialist from Mumbai Eye Care. Today I'll be speaking to you about how to approach a patient with red eye. In this era of coronavirus, we have been lately seeing a number of patients who come in with conjunctivitis or redness in their eye. But is every red eye conjunctivitis? And how do we actually approach these patients with redness in their eyes? So in this presentation, I will be speaking to you about the clinical signs that would help us reach an accurate diagnosis and help us differentiate one etiology from another so that we can treat them accordingly. Whenever we are dealing with a patient of red eye, it is important to note that we have to look for certain features which include how is the onset of the red eye, whether it is an acute onset disease or it has been there for some time. Quite often, red eye is usually an acute onset disease and it is associated with discharge, watering, sometimes papillae in the eye. Whenever you see signs such as excessive lacrimation or discharge or papillae, these are signs of there being an inflammation and an infection in the eye, which is suggestive of conjunctivitis. So if you have a patient who has red eye along with swelling of the eyelids, redness of the eye, discharge which is either purulent or mucoid, it is suggestive of a bacterial etiology of conjunctivitis. Though bacterial conjunctivitis is very rare to have in adults, it can present as a secondary infection to an underlying viral conjunctivitis. Viral conjunctivitis forms the most common form of conjunctivitis, and in today's era of COVID, it is important to note that conjunctivitis may also be a sign of coronaviral infection, or it may also be the presenting sign of a corona infection. If along with redness of the eye, there is also lacrimation and itching, it is suggestive of an allergic etiology. Itching is a sign of an allergy. So whenever the patient says that there is itching more than the watering, discharge and pain, it is suggestive of an allergic etiology. Whenever patient says there is excessive watering along with redness, it is suggestive of a viral etiology. Whenever patient says along with watering there is swelling of the eye and there is a lot of purulent discharge, it is suggestive of a bacterial etiology of conjunctivitis. Whenever we are dealing with a bacterial conjunctivitis, the treatment includes antibacterial drops. You can start off with using moxifloxacin or ciprofloxacin in these patients. Also, it is important to note, if the patient has viral conjunctivitis, it is not necessary to start them on antibiotics. You can give them plain lubricating drops because it is not common for them to get secondarily infected. In cases where you have an allergic conjunctivitis, there is no role of antibiotics. These need to be treated with anti-allergic medications. Moving to another etiology wherein the patient along with redness of the eye has pain, and you may see that the pupil is festooned or is poorly or sluggishly reacting to light. On a cursory torchlight examination, you may also see the patient may be having a hypopyon, or if the patient has excessive inflammation, may also be noted to have keratotic precipitates on the cornea. These are suggestive of uveitic etiology. Uveitis is often also associated with systemic diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis, HLA-B27 associated backaches, or various other autoimmune disorders. In this condition, it is important to refer the patient to an ophthalmologist, wherein the treatment would include steroids and mydriatic drops. Another etiology wherein the patient, along with redness, also presents with a lot of tenderness on the eye, and you may see there may be a boggy swelling which is seen on your bulbar conjunctiva, which may either be diffuse or a nodule which may be seen. Along with this, quite often patients have a systemic history of autoimmune disorder. This is suggestive of scleritis. Scleritis requires treatment in terms of topical steroids and also systemic treatment with systemic immunosuppression and treatment of the underlying cause. If the patient has redness of the eye along with severe pain, with vomiting sensation, with corneal edema and a fixed mid-dilated pupil, it is suggestive of an acute congestive glaucoma. This is quite often seen in patients who have shallow anterior chambers or who are diabetic, or patients who have also associated family history of glaucoma. In this case, it is important to lower the intraocular pressure immediately by giving intravenous mannitol injection, tablet Dimox, 250 mg 2 to 4 times a day, along with topical anti-glaucoma medications. This condition gets reversed if you can really abort the acute congestive episode by giving an anti-glaucoma medication. After the IOP is lowered, you can do a peripheral iridectomy in these patients. These patients require an urgent referral to an ophthalmologist. Quite often, you may see red eye along with some spot on the cornea, which is suggestive of an infective etiology such as a bacterial or a viral or a fungal keratitis. The etiology can be ascertained only after doing scraping and a microbiological examination of the infiltrate, followed by a treatment which is according to the etiology which is obtained on microbiology. These patients need referral to an ophthalmologist and quite often require treatment with fortified antibiotics, and an aggressive treatment with a very rigorous follow-up is required in these cases. Another important cause is herpes zoster. In these cases, quite often patients just initially present with the redness of the eye. On close examination, you may also notice that the patient has skin lesions on that particular side. It's important not to miss on to these skin lesions because in an initial phase the patient may just present with a simple red eye. You may end up treating it as a viral conjunctivitis with just lubricating agents, and in a day or two the patient may end up presenting with the skin lesions. So once you see a conjunctivitis along with the ipsilateral side skin lesions, it is important to treat them as herpes zoster and treat them with systemic acyclovir, which is given as 800 mg 5 times a day for 14 to 21 days. These patients also require topical lubricating agents and topical steroids to combat the inflammation that is seen in these patients. Also, it is important to rule out any immunocompromised state by checking their blood sugars and HIV status. Another quite common cause is a subconjunctival hemorrhage, which is seen following a trauma, or it may just be seen in a hypertensive patient without any history of trauma. In this condition, it is often quite scary for others to look at the patient's eye because the eye is quite red. However, the patient doesn't present with any symptoms. They may not even realize that the eye is red. It's only on examination or when somebody else tells them that they have a red eye that they realize that there is redness of this eye. Quite often it's a benign condition and it resolves spontaneously in 8 to 10 days. These patients may be treated with vitamin C tablets twice daily for 10 days. So, not every red eye is infective. At the same time, it's important to really understand the underlying etiology by asking ourselves a few questions, such as whether the duration is an acute or chronic, whether it's a single episode of the redness or it's a recurrent episode, whether it's painful or a painless episode, or having an associated tenderness, whether there's discharge or just excessive watering, looking for any systemic associations in these patients for any underlying systemic diseases, and also to ask a history of trauma. So, it is important to note that having reached a particular etiology, we can treat the patients with red eye in a better manner. Thank you very much.